my parents were divorced multiple times, so there were a lot of figures and things to navigate. So I understand the complexity of life in Kenya, even if I don't understand.
Good morning, ladies.
It is my first time in Africa. I have a lot of African friends and collaborators professionally that I've been speaking to on Zoom, because now we can do that.
Time for me to get dressed. That's the worst whenever you're
See,
the best part of the film.
It's not that kind of film.
You are powerful. You are powerful. I am powerful. I am powerful. We are powerful. We are powerful.
And we have a vision for sister communities all over the world that build up these eco-villages and then learn from one another, whether it's in Kenya, Switzerland, New York, Pakistan. And we have a group, a cohort, a round table of eco-villages where they're saying, this is how we grow the best, most nutritious food for the most affordable cost. And they all learn from each other. So that's, We Are Mother Earth is, let's all take care of each other.
I started to chase the boys.
The vegetables are really good. The chicken also is honestly, I feel really blessed to be eating chicken, because I don't think any of the kids are getting meat in any of these schools, at least not during the school day. And as much as I support a plant-based diet, I support a nutrient-rich diet above a plant-based diet. So it's most important that kids are nourished enough to be able to learn. And if that is possible through a vegan diet, that's something we can explore. But more importantly than what type of diet we have, whether it's gluten, vegan, meat, paleo, we need to be looking at these kids' levels of nutrition. Oh, I gotta wash my hands. Oh my gosh, okay. I'm really excited to be here in the Dallas Hotel for the Kenya Keynote Tour, hosted by David Fagan and Isabel Donadio. We're learning a lot, and coming to a third world country like this is emotionally challenging. I'm not gonna lie, I'm very overwhelmed. I feel a lot of mixed emotions. I feel the desire to be a savior, and at the same time to break the cord of colonization, and that tugs me in two different directions. I'm learning about farming, I'm learning about education, I'm learning about all these things that I thought I already knew. But the truth is that, coming here, you get firsthand experience and you meet incredible people like our double David cameraman and Ian and Ben and, oh my gosh, Charlie. There's just so many wonderful humans, and the culture in Kenya is one of hospitality, which I love. Mm-hmm. So with that said, we're going to take you into a room at the Dallas Hotel, and then we'll talk a little bit more. It's only one glass of wine I've had tonight, by the way. I'm just this giggly because I'm so excited to be able to help so many children. Did we miss it? Not yet. This way. Follow me. Peekaboo. I guess this must be the room where I'm going to put on my We Are Mother Earth shirt. So this is a drum chant, and I know Kenyans love to drum. We are Mother Earth. You probably heard me when you were videoing, getting the kids to chant this. We are Africa. We are Mother Earth. You pronounce it Wame. Wame. Some people say Wame, because that's what it reads like, but Wame is a drum chant. woman, woman, woman. So I will put on my shirt and then we will go. And you can see this is like kind of ancestral, like indigenous tools, because this is to represent going back, you know, to the good, you know, times of being one with nature, but meeting it with modern technology. Okay, nice. This is great. Hi, my name is Jenny Carrington. Most people know me best for walking across America, 3,000 miles across the continent, to raise awareness about climate action solutions, which is sort of jargon now that I think about it. It really means, do we have enough food? Is our soil healthy? And how's our air and water quality? You know, that's really what that means to me anyway. You know, I could talk a lot about my companies, and my time in Kenya has been incredibly hospitable so far, but just a little bit about me. I'm a creative at heart, you know. I come from a really big family, a lot of siblings. So while we didn't go without food, we definitely didn't go without food, we did have to share a lot and really vie for attention. And there were a lot of, you know, my parents were divorced multiple times. There were a lot of figures and things to navigate. So I understand the complexity of life in Kenya, even if I don't understand the depth of the challenges. So yeah, when I got here, I was just excited to, I was nervous actually. I was really nervous because I always am concerned that my privilege will overtake my care in the perception of the people that I'm meeting. But everyone's always so kind, and they can see me and I can see them. And when we see each other for who we are and we're at that human level, then we can do all the work and we can hopefully make a huge impact.
Good morning, ladies. I'm going to start off with something that might make you a little uncomfortable. So before we get there, I want us all to just take a deep breath. Can you do that with me? How many of you here have a menstrual cycle? Menstrual cycle. And I think that all over the world, one thing women share in common is this embarrassment and shame around our menstrual cycle, our period. But this is what makes us the most powerful people on the planet. Why? Because what happens from our womb? What happens? Shout it out. What can we do from our womb? We make babies. We literally populate the planet. Do you have any idea how powerful that is? I see some people snickering. That's okay. That's okay. But I want you to do something for me. I want you to turn to your sister. It's a little embarrassing, right? It's okay. It's okay. Turn to your sister. And I want you to tell her how powerful she is. You are powerful. Again, turn to your sister. Look her in the eyes. Come on, you can do it. You are powerful. You are powerful. You are powerful. I am powerful. We are powerful. Now give yourselves a round of applause for how powerful you are. So I just want to take this one step further, okay? Because where are we today? Where are we? School. We're in school. favorite boys came through the audience today, and aren't they handsome? They're very handsome. Give a round of applause for our favorite guys. And I want to tell you something. I grew up always at the top of my class. In 630 students, I was number 12. I was always succeeding in dance, in arts, in music. But what happened after a few years when I got my master's? I started to chase the boys. And here's what I learned. This is very important. No man will ever be able to replace your education. Amen. Now, that being said, we are a family, so we love our tribe, and our tribe is made up of man, woman, and children. We love our men. They stand next to us. They support us. They honor us. Give us a round of applause for our men. But we are the mothers of the earth. So I own a nonprofit that helps women to remember that we are not actually separate from the earth. We are made of the earth. And I love that you have gardens at your school, because the gardens remind us of the cycle of life. And so we are Mother Earth. We are Mother Earth. And I want us to just say that to close this out. Ready? On 3, we're going to say, we are Mother Earth. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
We are Mother Earth!
Give yourself another round of applause, ladies. Stay in school. Get your job. Get your career. Follow your path. And then follow your heart.
Yeah, that was quite a moment. I've shed a lot of tears during this trip. Some of them were tears of joy, which in this case they were. Others were tears of just complete helplessness. But what I've learned of Kenyans, to answer your question directly, is that you are a very kind people, and that you're a very authentically kind people. A lot of people that I know are kind to create commerce. And I think Kenyans appreciate commerce. Obviously, look at all the markets, and I think they appreciate commerce. But I don't think that that's why you're kind or why you're hospitable. I think you're hospitable and kind because those are the values that are taught in the home. So I think there's just a misconception, probably still a racial lens to it, that there's something to fear, or that there is something that we need to protect, as visitors coming in. And those can be truths that do exist, while also understanding that that's not the basis of the culture. Most of that is a result of completely unbearable conditions. And the people in their hearts are just really pouring their soul out all the time and doing whatever they can to help others, and not just visitors, their own children, their own families. They want to take care. It is my first time in Africa. I have a lot of African friends and collaborators professionally that I've been speaking to on Zoom, because now we can do that. Who knew? I wish I had a pen pal in Africa. When I was in elementary school, I did not. But I feel like I know Africa because I've spoken to so many people in Africa over the internet. But this is my very first time. It's been incredible. What am I expecting at the safari? I try not to have expectations. I'm imagining a bus ride where it's completely empty and I see nothing that impresses me, because then I'll be really excited when I see anything that does, and if it's one of the big 5, great. If it's all 5 of the big 5, great. I want to have my camera, but I also want to be present for it. So it's always striking a balance here with how much beauty there is in the people and the nature, and being able to capture it, to take the story home to America. Yeah, WAME, We Are Mother Earth, is an organization that was actually gifted to me from a friend of mine. It was not my idea. I've done the majority of the work for it, along with a great team of people. But it like came to me like a lightning bolt from a friend who said that we all needed to remember that we're all related and we all come from the same Mother Earth, and that respecting our mothers physically, like our moms, and also respecting Mother Earth were the two keys to unlocking the fifth dimension of a future where everything is harmonious and people get along and there's enough food, and we all want that future. So We Are Mother Earth is a call to remember the future that we already know is possible. Just very quickly, what we do is that we work with kids in schools to have them remember, how to take care of the environment and the planet, and to learn how to keep their bodies nutritious. We also do consulting for corporations and businesses to become more eco-friendly. And we have a vision for sister communities all over the world that build up these eco-villages and then learn from one another, whether it's in Kenya, Switzerland, New York, Pakistan. And we have a group, a cohort, a round table of eco-villages where they're saying, this is how we grow the best, most nutritious food for the most affordable cost. And they all learn from each other. So that's We Are Mother Earth, is let's all take care of each other. So my vision is a long-term vision. So 5 years is definitely a short-term goal for us. And my first vision would be to come into the Dallas hotel and to see our Tree of Life earth mark stamped on the side of the building, to demonstrate that all of the systems in this hotel are circular and are regenerative and sustainable and don't waste any resources in the community. And we're going to be giving hotels, restaurants, and cafes and other, institutions these marks like bronze, silver, gold, and platinum on how they're transitioning to be more sustainable. Now, we don't just expect them to do it. We're also offering the consulting and the technical, information and the vendors and the relationships to be able to do that. And hopefully the funding, even if they need, the subsistence or supplements. After that, we expect to transition to a market economy where that's what people value. People value businesses that do it right, that do it sustainably, that do it regeneratively, and then that trickles into the communities. And meanwhile, we're already building up the communities through the school system. So hopefully in 5 years, these girls who are graduating high school, now that we've sponsored, will be our technical engineers, and we'll be able to hire them, and they'll be able to work wherever they want. They can stay at home in Kenya, or they can come to America, or they can do both. They can travel the world. And ideally, they're planting seeds for more earth-smart communities all over the globe. I think one of the most important ways we can come together as one people under the idea that we are all related and we are Mother Earth is to be grateful for what we already have. And so I just want to express gratitude to Top Talent Agency for bringing us out here, us meaning me as a representative of the hundreds of thousands of people that that are trusting me to speak for their best interests. And grateful to the camera crew, grateful to the educational liaisons that have been working with us, grateful to the politicians. So I want to just say a huge thank you to David Fagan and Isabel Donadio of Top Talent Agency for recognizing the value of the work We Are Mother Earth has been doing and the vision for our future. And with that, we wrote a song for the people of Kenya, which we hope they will adopt as their own. I don't know the whole thing because I'm sharing it with a partner and we just finished wrapping it up, but I'll give you a little taste. Jambo, watoto, unapendwa, unapendwa. When you reach for the stars, wherever you are, unapendwa, una pendua. There's more. But Raiza knows the melody, so I'll give it. Time for me to get dressed. That's the worst whenever you're the best part of the film.
It's not that kind of film.
Did you get that here?
I did not, but I would like to buy a local
See,
one.
I totally want to get.
But I wanted to, and I have an extra one if you want for tomorrow.
What is it? I'm curious.
It's a Kenyan.
What would you call this?
thingy?
Is it an African? Cultural sensitivity is really important to me, so I wanted to just be able to show up, and even if I'm not doing it perfectly, you know, I just wanted to say, hey, I may dress a different way in my country, but when I come here, I want to show respect and
I want to see what
recognize
it looks
that
like.
I want to learn from them just as much as I want to teach. So
I want to see what it is, whatever you're talking about.
doing is better, but this exists in a cycle, right? So the way our minds work is in a cycle, and when we take the time to do something, it's like a great painter needs to look at the painting just as much as he needs to be painting the painting. So you take action, and then you step back and you reflect on what worked, what didn't work, track and adjust. And this kind of analytical and mindfulness is very important to moving to the next step. You know, the hurrier you go, the behinder you get, right? So to actually be very mindful and utilize your intuition and utilize your moments of being still to propel you forward into the next step of your process.
Okay, so I'm using each one of your things just to set up different talking points so that I'm just not talking for a long time. So a couple of the things that you guys are saying too is a great segue. You're going to use words like intuition. They're not going to know what that is. So you're going to have to, you can tell them, you can educate them on that a little bit. Mindfulness, a lot of things like that, they're not going to know. Maybe as much. Also, when you come to the high school kids, their English isn't going to be as good as like the university kids. University kids are going to understand you a lot better, and even them are going to struggle. So a lot of times, if you see them kind of having some blank stares or blank stares, it's just because they may not get all of your words.
Well, that's why. So I was planning on making it very simple, you know, by saying like,
Take some picture.
everybody close your eyes.
Yes.
You know, like everybody close your eyes.
Yeah, love it.
You know, feel your senses. What do you hear? What do you think? You don't have to, and maybe I'll call on one person. What do you smell? What do you hear? Those five senses comprise your intuition. What does it comprise? Intuition. There we go. Have you ever heard the word intuition? Raise your hand if you've heard the word intuition. I'm using my David Fagan skills.
Yeah, there you go.
That's like all of it's a
So Libby's book is on.
Yeah, Jenny, we're talking.
Being on an intuitive genius. So she's going to talk about intuition, but that's good. I mean, again, you can have 2 or 3 people talk about the same topic, but it's coming from your way. Matter of fact, that can even be good, like helping them explain it and hear it more. But yeah, that's why we're going through all this. So all these topics are good. Tyler, I would talk about like young entrepreneur
how I
stuff,
started at 13.
sales.
You guys are all around the same.
You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait for. It's one of the themes too that comes up a lot. Is a lot of these kids are like jobs. It's like you can go start your own business.
Yeah.
There's other things that you can do.
So the other topic that I thought of, which is totally different, and maybe you just tell me if you like it better, because I know, and from my own context in Africa, I know everybody wants to be a media star, right?
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be on TV. So I thought about maybe talking about the skill set that you need to use to be successful in Hollywood. You can actually practice being successful in relationships with your mentors, in relationships with business owners in your local community. So that kind of skill set, practice now. Don't look at Los Angeles and Hollywood, but look at how you can do it with your friends, with your principal, and like using that.
So mentors and coaches is a massive thing. Someone should definitely cover some of that stuff. Some countries, I'll be diplomatic now. Some countries, sports have gotten to be a lot less important. But like here in a lot of these schools, especially like the boarding schools, some of these schools we go to, like you have to, like you pretty much have to play something, do something. Kind of like how physical education, what we would call PE, used to be more mandatory. So a lot of these kids, they have coaches, they have mentors, they have teachers. So playing into that, you know, who they are, also things about team. They really understand the stuff about team. They appreciate, you know, or at least you can use metaphors for team because they understand, you know, who's on your team, building your team, using that team example from sports and life, you know, in business and things.
I thought about it on the plane. I was like, I have the slates at home. And I thought maybe the camera members have them.
I know, I was about to feed up.
What are you going to do?
That would be so good to have, especially for my Hollywood story, you know? It's like, all right, now.
The vegetables are really good. The chicken also is like, honestly, I feel really blessed to be eating chicken because I don't think any of the kids are getting meat in any of these schools, at least not during the school day. And as much as I support a plant-based diet, I support a nutrient-rich diet above a plant-based diet. So it's most important that kids are nourished enough to be able to learn. And if that is possible through a vegan diet, you know, that's something we can explore. But more importantly than what type of diet we have, whether it's gluten, vegan, meat, you know, paleo, we need to be looking at these kids' levels of nutrition